show, y'all. We're broadcasting live right here, right now from Dallas, Texas. And we want to send a special shout out to everybody that's out there that's doing something productive to put them a little bit closer towards their hopes and their dreams. It is now showtime, y'all. And shout out to the band, man. Show the band some love by leaving the number 8 in the chat section, y'all. It's showtime, y'all. It's now showtime, y'all. And we want to thank y'all for tuning in for another segment of the all new, brand new James Airy Show, where not only do we talk about things that are bothering you, but man, we talk about things that are also bothering me. And on today's show, man, listen, y'all, I got my hard hat, got my tape measure, because there's some things that are just not adding up with this story. But y'all already know how, life has its funny way of like creating its own twists and turns and yields and the forks in the road for you. But on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about a young lady, a single parent that had a curveball that threw in her direction that I don't even think Babe Ruth could have threw it. Her driveway was stolen right out from up under her. And on tonight's show, we're going to be getting to the bottom of it because for whatever reason, no one can seem to provide the answers of what happened. She had surveillance cameras. No surveillance cameras caught anything. But Kirk, roll this clip.
On Channel 9. It's the season of property crimes, but this one goes above and beyond. Good evening. I'm Rafael Puris.
And I'm Carla Ray. Tonight, deputies are investigating after someone ran off with an Orange County woman's driveway while she was at work. You heard that right. And now our Nick Papantonis is looking into the situation and why that woman says it happened at the worst possible time.
The family was all.
Listen, these news reporters, they have a way of putting their words together. No, they ain't run off with it. They stole this.
Ready on the clock because they're trying to buy another house. They say this has put that in jeopardy.
Come home and my driveway's gone.
Imagine that, y'all, coming home to see that you once had a driveway and then you come home and then the driveway is missing. Imagine that.
And Brochu isn't exaggerating. What used to be a concrete slab outside.
Let's zoom in on that. I mean, it's some concrete. I don't know about no slab, but it is some concrete.
1438 Bethesda Street is now a patch of dirt that she didn't ask for. Someone took her driveway as she was trying to get ready for Christmas.
Of all the things that you worried about getting stolen, did you think the driveway was one of them?
No, not at all.
Brochu says it all started when she put her home up for sale. Strange contractors started coming by, measuring her driveway. Her son counted 5 of them.
5? That's a bit much. Listen, here's a tip. You know, from a contractor myself, I'm a licensed general contractor, and here's a tip. In most cases, you're going to get, if you're going to have some work done on your home, in most cases, most homeowners will get at least 3 estimates, right? They'll compare the 2 estimates together, and then they'll make a decision based on the presentation of the contractor that came out there. And then obviously the price has a huge part to do with it too. Some contractors are a little bit affordable. Some are a little bit pricier than others. So most homeowners, before they decide to move forward with any project on their home, they're going to have 3 contractors come out. Now she's talking about 5. That's a bit excessive right there, y'all.
One told Brochu a Tampa area man identified as Andre asked them to price out a replacement. Text message.
Who is Andre?
Just supplied by the contractor showed.
Let's take a look at this, y'all. It says, I want a new concrete driveway at my house in Florida. You can stop by sometime today or tomorrow for an estimate. Let me know. Thanks, Andre. So looks like she's been having a conversation with these with someone, and they've even enclosed her address. I don't even know why. Why would they do that? Why would they enclose her address? Unbelievable, y'all.
Andre asking the contractors for an estimate and giving the Bethesda Street address. But Andre was out of town when this contractor asked for an in-person meeting and then cut off communication when asked for proof of ownership.
Red flag right there. Red flag number 1. You're talking to him over the phone and you're communicating with him. And then all of a sudden they decide to stop communicating with you. That's a red flag. I probably would have called the police right then, because this ain't no prank. All right. When your driveway gets stolen, this ain't no prank. This sounds like some driveway drama.
Brochu called law enforcement.
After the cops spoke to them, they called me back and they said that he said it was a mistake.
Mistake?
He just got the address wrong. Nothing else will happen again.
1 week later, this image from Brochu's doorbell camera captured a bulldozer tearing out the concrete and hauling.
All right. Stop right there. Now, obviously, she has a Ring doorbell camera, and I have one too. I've installed them at my parents' house as well. They work fantastic. With her having a Ring doorbell, we should be able to get to the bottom of this. And not only that she had one, listen, you got to think about her neighbors too. And if this were to happen to her, man, I want to know, I got a question for everyone that's watching here right now. How well do you really know your neighbors? Because if your driveway is being removed, and I'm in the construction industry, you can't remove a driveway in 2 or 3 minutes. It's not like you're riding off on a bicycle like a thief in the night. No, it don't happen that way. It takes some time. So my question to her, what type of relationship do you have with your neighbors? And I want to ask y'all too, what type of relationship do you guys have with your neighbors? Because, you know, if you have a neighborhood watch, I would think that this would be something that you guys would be able to, she would have gotten a phone call from one of her neighbors at least about someone that's in the driveway that she had no idea that they were there. Ask yourself, how well do you know your neighbors? Because listen, you know, we all got some neighbors to where if we see them outside and the minute their garage door go up and our garage door is up at the same time, we make sure we close their garage door. We all have those neighbors, all right? So how well do you know your neighbors?
It away.
Utter shock. I've never seen this before. I've never had this happen to myself or anyone in our office.
Never.
Real estate agent Rocky Sanchez is helping Brochu sell her home. She posted about the situation in a Facebook group for realtors and believes Brochu is the victim of a scam.
I think it's a little bit. You did. One second. How about now, guys? Is that better? Is that better? That's better. Put a number 8 in the comment section, y'all, if you can hear me. What about now? Can you hear me now? Kurt, can you please solve that for me? If you guys can hear me, please put a number 8 in the comment section right now. Shout out to Billy McKinley. Yeah, Billy, we live, man. Talking about a scam. You know, Billy, they used to just ride off with our lawnmowers and steal cars. But now, man, they done upgraded. These scams are getting more and more savvy, more and more creative with them. Now they still in your driveway, man. You used to have to lock down your bicycles. Now you got to lock down your driveway. Unbelievable.
But neither woman knows what the scam is.
Had multiple people come forward saying that they've seen things like this happen, whether it be driveways, roofs, painting, even outside the exterior. So it happens.
Listen, it ain't just with driveways. You know, these scams can happen with your painters, roofers, any type of home maintenance that you can have done to your home. These scams, they do exist. And as for being a licensed general contractor, listen, I can tell y'all, I've even had these scams. Well, they tried to do these scams on me, but unfortunately it didn't work because I know that there's no way that nobody's going to go out there and remove a driveway from a home without even collecting a check? Nobody does that. No contractor in their right mind is going to go out and remove a driveway without a check. To install a driveway or to demo a driveway, you're looking at upwards of about $2,000 to $3,000. What contractor in their right mind wants to go out and remove a driveway for free? Unless, y'all watch this.
More often than we actually see it.
Deputies have launched a criminal investigation.
Look at that cat. Look at the cat, y'all. How he walk. The cat even smell a rat. He knows something ain't right.
Into the situation, but Brochu needs additional help. She says she just replaced the roof and made other investments and doesn't have the $10,000 she's.
I can imagine, because, you know, if we take a look at this driveway, just not even me being in Florida, not even me being nowhere near it, just by doing my numbers and running my numbers for years and years and years, by being in the construction industry. Listen, that's probably upward somewhere right around in between $10,000 to $12,000. I can look at it. Most driveways are going to be about between 10 feet to 12 feet wide. And from the street, it looks like she's probably somewhere right around about, I'd say probably about 40, maybe 40 to 50, let's say 40 to 60 linear feet long, right? And with that being the case, just by being in the industry, I know that she's probably going to be upwards of about $10,000 to $12,000 to have this driveway replaced. Now, ask yourself, with you being a homeowner, with your budget already mapped out for the month, right? And you having to take a blow for an additional $10,000 to $12,000 a month. I want to know how many of you guys would be prepared to do that, knowing that this is not something that you prepared for. All right. Listen, it's getting real out here right now, y'all. You know, they stealing your driveways, and you may end up seeing that driveway on eBay.
Has been quoted to replace the concrete. If she doesn't fix the driveway and sell the home in the next 2 weeks, she'll lose out on the home she's under contract to buy down the road.
Unbelievable. So she's in a pickle. Deal pickle. She's got a home. She's already up under contract. Her driveway is missing. And now she's trying to figure out how she's going to be able to sell the home. Here's something that's bothering me, y'all. On this show, we're going to always talk about things that not just bother me, but we're going to also be talking about things that also bother you. Now, the fact that no one in the community were able to provide a license plate, nowhere they were unable to provide a vehicle description. You had a bulldozer in your yard for to take out a driveway of that size. We're talking about, I mean, at least a good hour, 2 hours at minimum, right? And nobody in the neighborhood saw anything. I want to leave y'all, put a comment in the chat section. Doesn't that sound weird to you guys? I just want to hear y'all thoughts.
No one's going to buy this. This brings down the property now. And that.
Absolutely. Now that could be a part of the scam too. I can see that happening. Let's put your thinking caps on here for a second. Say, for instance, you want to buy the home. You have someone to go, and this is something that was in the comments. You want to have somebody that you want to purchase the home. You have somebody to go and take out the driveway. You devalue the property of this particular home, and now the homeowner has to sell it to you at a reduced price. Why? Because you ain't got no driveway. And most people know that concrete is expensive. We're here in Dallas right now, and concrete is actually running somewhere right around about $200 a yard. So that's one take on it. But I want to hear y'all thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. And here in a second, y'all, we're going to be opening up the live call-in show where you have the opportunity to come up and discuss how you feel or what you think happened in this particular situation, or what could have happened in a situation that you had throughout the day. Listen, the lines are open right now. The link has already been posted in the chat description. So We will be moving to the live call-in show here in just a moment. Before we get to that, we want to take a look at some comments here in a second.
Just messes it up for me and my family.
The family is now trying to scrape together the money to pay for a replacement driveway. They've set up a GoFundMe to help them on that. We're going to put a link to that on WFTV.com. In Orange County, Nick Papantonis, WFTV tonight.
All right, so listen, before y'all, all y'all wonderful, beautiful, great, fantastic people decide to just go out and make a donation to Miss Amanda here, I want to let y'all know that someone, a contractor, just as myself, they've already stepped up and they've already made the donations for her to have her driveway replaced. Okay, so she's in a good place right now. She's going to be able to have the driveway replaced, and not only is she going to get the driveway replaced, but she's going to be able to sell the home just as she expected before. But this scam, y'all, this scam is not like a new scam, y'all. This is something that they've been doing. I mean, this scam goes back, I guess, about maybe like 11 years ago. This is a scam here that went back years ago. And Kirk, do me a favor and roll that clip.
Driveway where some 200 bricks were stolen 2 days ago. The woman that lives there called deputies when she came home on Tuesday evening, and a large section of her brick driveway had been removed. A neighbor said she noticed two people digging up those bricks, but thought it was a crew making repairs. Then after the story of the driveway theft went very public, Jones was found there digging up more, according to investigators. He told deputies he had permission. The woman said he had no such authority.
He over there digging up bricks, y'all. Unbelievable. Look at the bricks. What are you doing? You know you ain't got no business here. What are you doing?
Jones is the only accused in that Thursday incident, but the woman feels he was making a return trip.
Absolutely. He couldn't get all the bricks at one time. And listen, bricks, I want y'all to know, bricks are fairly expensive. And when you talk about the cost of bricks, bricks are typically running anywhere from about $3 a brick. But when you do the math, in order to brick a home, you're going to need upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 bricks. 5,000 to 10,000 bricks in order for you to brick a home. And if you're talking about 10,000 times $3, as you guys can see, do the numbers. You guys are smart cookies. Y'all already know. The numbers goes up.
I have no doubt. He matches the description, and he was doing the same thing. And I can't imagine somebody else. I mean, I cannot imagine somebody else coming along and deciding, oh, look, somebody took up a bunch of these pavers.
Got him. She got him. She got the right guy, y'all.
Here, let us get all the ones that have the dirt and grass has been grown over. Let's grab those.
The bricks have an estimated value of $3 each.
$3 a brick. I just told y'all that. $3 a brick. Now, so imagine if you, I mean, obviously she's not bricking a home, right? But here's another instance of your driveway being stolen at $3 a brick. The previous young lady that had her driveway stolen, she had concrete. So there's a bit of a difference, but listen, the point in having this show, and I think the team for putting this show together for us, the point in having this show is to let you guys know we have to be a little bit more vigilant in things that we never thought that we had to even have to protect. We have to be a little bit more vigilant in protecting those things in 2024. Now, by the team doing some research, violent crimes are remaining steady. However, property crimes, meaning that things that you own, your vehicle, your home, things around your home, lawnmowers, things like that. Those crimes are on an all-time high. And I want to know what y'all think. Do you think it's because of the economy? And do you think that there's just a new breed of people that are out there that just want to drive around and steal driveways? Or I want to hear what y'all think, because it's getting real out here.
The charge against Jones, grand theft.
Shopify point of
Unbelievable. So was the driveway stolen? Was this a contractor trying to make an additional buck? Did she just have a rebellious driveway that didn't want to be nowhere near her? I don't know. Y'all tell me. But I'm thinking that at some point, the way these scams are going, y'all, I think at some point that she's probably getting ready to get a phone call within the next week or so and tell her that she can come and pick up her driveway. But in order for her to do so, she need to bring about 10 to 15 Walmart or Target gift cards down there. That's the way these scams are going. And I'm watching this, y'all, on a daily basis. By being in this industry, I'm watching it, how these scams are going and how, they're preying on not just women, but they're preying on anyone that has a pulse. Man, shout out to Black Tiger Miner, y'all. Black Tiger Miner says, if you got a driveway, they probably took it. LOL. Well, you know what, Black Tiger Miner? She did get a driveway out of the deal. And if you asking me, all right, just by being in this industry for a while, if you ask me, right? If you ask me, man, I honestly believe that take a look at this for a second with me. Black Tiger Mine, look at this. If you look at this driveway, she was already screaming for a driveway. It was no way that nobody on this face of this earth would want to purchase this home with this driveway looking the way. And this ain't even no driveway. This is something that we call this a spider web. Ain't no way nobody's going to be purchasing this house with a driveway looking like that. Is cracked in 2,000 pieces. So the fact that somebody came to get this driveway from her, y'all already know they did her a favor. She ought to be thanking her God right now that they came to get it, because that's not helping you increase the value of your home by having a driveway like that. One of the things that most people do when they come to your home and they're looking to purchase their home, that we look at something, or in the construction industry, we have something called a curbside appeal, right? And from the moment that we drive up, we take a look at that. And if the curbside appeal is not appealing, then that pushes us off to the next home. And I can actually see this could be a reason why she didn't get the home sold. But Kirk, roll the next clip. Roll the next clip for us. Roll the next clip. Now, this particular clip, y'all, it comes from a gentleman, which is the Lawyer Dog. Shout out to the Lawyer Dog, man. Shout out to the Lawyer Dog for making this available. Now, Lawyer Dog is getting ready to go in. He's going to break this thing down, and he's going to share how he feels like this could have happened. Y'all take a look at this.
Scam here. How does this scam work? How does somebody profit from ripping out somebody else's driveway? And I saw several places speculating, and one news outlet actually spoke to a contractor who said, I think I know what the scam is. And it's a variation on a scam that's been going around for a while, pretty much got out of control when the internet came along. But it did exist before that. But imagine that you've got something to sell, something odd. You want to sell this bookcase right here, okay? Assume this is your bookcase. Assume it's mine. But you've got this bookcase. You want to sell that bookcase. I got 2 of them, by the way. And you put an ad.
You got 2 of them, y'all.
In Facebook Marketplace. And you go, bookcase for sale. And they take a bunch of photographs of the bookcase, put it on there. And I want $1,000 for my bookcase. So somebody calls you up and says, you still got that bookcase for sale? I'm looking for one just like it. Oh, yes. Now, I live far away from wherever you are. I'm far away from it. And so here's the deal. I'm going to have somebody come by and pick that up. And it's going to cost, I think, $100 to have it picked up. And you said you want $1,000 for it? Okay, so I'll send you a check for $1,100. And all I need you to do is have it ready to put it on the truck when the truck shows up, okay? You say, great. And then I send you a check for $1,500. And when you get the check, you call me, you go, hey, $1,000 for the bookcase, $100 for the truck. You accidentally sent me $1,500. I'm like,
oh, man, stop it. And that's where you have to stop.
Oh, my gosh.
Red flag number 1. That's a red flag right there. You are expecting to pay X amount of dollars, and they send you a check over the amount that you've requested. Man, that's a red flag. You know, that's one of the popular scams that are going on out there on Facebook Marketplace. I got a couple clips about those along with this before we actually put this particular show together. That's one of the most common scams. And listen, if that ever happens to you, if that check were to bounce, not only are you going to lose the money that you're sending back to them, you're going to also lose the monies that you've already sent to them as well. Because, you know, there's no way that you're going to be able to, you know, recoup those losses.
I don't know how I did that. Unfortunately, you know something, my father died. My dog got run over by a reindeer.
The dog ate my homework jokes. Them ones.
Whatever it might be. I'm just not all there right now. Can you just send me a check for $400 and still when the thing comes, just put it on the truck and, you know, pay the truck driver the $100. And if you foolishly say yes and you send me a check for $400, the only thing real in that transaction is the check you sent me, because I sent you a fake check, you know, bogus check. There is no truck coming for the thing, and it doesn't matter what it is. And I've heard of people who got ripped off like this. I've also heard people who almost got ripped off like this. And so what the speculation here is that somebody looks for houses that are for sale, either because they're hoping the houses are not occupied or that because of all the extra activity happening around them won't arouse suspicion. And so I'm the bad guy in this scenario. I'm the bad guy, and I'm looking for houses for sale. I find a house for sale. I contact a local contractor, and I say, hey, I'm getting ready to sell my house. I need a new driveway. How much is it going to cost me? They go, where is it? I give them the address. They drive by, they look at it. So you drive by, you measure it and stuff, and you call me, you go, dude, that's going to be a $10,000 driveway.
And he's almost really, really close to the actual cost of just a standard driveway. Now, we're not talking about a 2-car passageway driveway. We're just talking about a single driveway that holds just a single vehicle for you to park just one car in front and maybe one car behind it, roughly anywhere about 40 to 50 feet. You're looking at about $10,000. All right. Y'all heard it here first. All right, man. Shout out to all the single mothers that are out there that are having to deal with things like this because you don't have a man around. Shout out to all the single women that are out there that are has the resilience that pushes them forward for them to protect their kids and their family and stand up as they need to in order to make sure that they don't become taken advantage of, just like Mrs. Amanda. Shout out to all the single women, man.
I say, oh, Not a problem. Not a problem. In fact, tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a check right now for 10,000. Get you started. Okay. I accidentally send you a check for 12. And when you get the check for 12, even if you don't call me, I'll call you and go, hey, I think I accidentally wrote you a check for 12,000. Did I do that? Oh my gosh. You know, my uncle died. My cat died. Actually, my dog killed my cat. Then my dog died. I'm surrounded by just a web of tragedy. And I accidentally sent you a check in the wrong amount. Can you send me a check back for the difference?
No.
And so it's possible that the person who tore the driveway out actually thought that they were doing a legitimate job for somebody. Now, obviously, if that's the case, all kinds of mistakes were still made. Because who would go to a house and tear out a driveway without at least once walking up and knocking on the door to see who's home? And did nobody really see the names on the trucks that were there?
That's the question that I have right there. Okay. To bring this type of equipment out, guys, listen, y'all just can't bring this equipment out in a Toyota Tercel. You can't bring this type of equipment out in a Corvette. You need a trailer. You need a 2500 Dodge, 2500 Chevrolet, or you need at least a 3/4 ton truck in order to haul equipment of this size. And the fact that nobody nowhere saw this vehicle pulling up, the unloading of the machinery and the loading of the machinery, it's unbelievable. Man, y'all got to ask yourself, how well do you know your neighbors? Leave a comment in the comment section below. And I want to know if you guys are the neighbors that are close niched, or are you one of the neighbors that see your neighbors outside and you run in immediately because you don't want to talk to them at all? I got a sister like that. I talked to her the other day. She said that every time her neighbors come outside, I ain't gonna call her name. She knows, she's watching. She knows exactly who she is. Every time a neighbor comes outside, she says she runs in the back because she don't have nothing to say to them. So are you that type of neighbor, or are you a neighbor that goes over for the cookouts? Are you the neighbor that goes out and babysits the kids? Or are you the neighbor that makes sure that the mailman delivers the mail, or if the mailman delivers the mail to the wrong house, are you the neighbor that takes the mail back down to your neighbor? Listen, I want to know what y'all say, because listen, I live in a house right now myself. I purchased a house back in 2000, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere right in there. And, it actually took me a while for me to get to know my neighbors, because I don't know. It's just that, I guess we live in a time right now, or a space or a place where we just really don't want to be bothered. We just kind of want to be left alone and left to ourselves. And because of that, it just took me a while to get to my neighbors. And finally, one of the neighbors just came down the street and said, hey, I want to introduce myself to you. Hey, my name is Bobby. I'm your neighbor. I've been here ever since this community has been built. And hey, here's my number. If you need anything, give me a call. And when he did that, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it really made me feel a little bit more comfortable to know that it's not like, hey, I'm the only one on the block. And so I can appreciate him doing that. Shout out to Bobby, man, for doing that. If you're watching, Bobby, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it.
I mean, her security camera saw the vehicle coming in and scooping stuff out, a piece of construction equipment, a bulldozer, but didn't see anything else, like the names on the side of a truck or something. And so it seems really strange to me.
Listen, strange. I'm talking about weird. I'm talking about like unbelievable, y'all. And somebody had to have seen something, man. Listen, y'all, shout out to Billy. You got a very important point right there. Your neighbors are kind of like my neighbors. And if anyone comes around or near my home, not only am I'm going to know it because obviously I've got cameras. It's like Fort Knox. But if my neighbor sees someone coming to my home, knocking on the door, bless her heart, shout out to Miss Mary. Miss Mary is going to send me a text message, or she's going to call me immediately to let me know that someone is near my home or someone is looking for me. And I appreciate it. Shout out to Miss Mary for doing that.
That a contractor would do a job like this without ever meeting somebody face to face. And so I do wonder about that. And some people are going to say, but Steve, what's the legal implication here? Because let's just break this down to its most basic, bare bones facts. You have a house and someone shows up and tears out your driveway without your permission. Well, that's all kinds of stuff, the destruction of private property. It's not yours. Your state's probably going to have a statute on point saying you can't destroy stuff that belongs to other people.
You cannot.
They might consider it a form of conversion, depending on what you do with what you destroy. And so obviously, it would be a crime. If it wasn't, it would happen more often.
That's for sure. Everybody's driveway will be coming up missing, and you'll see it on eBay or Amazon.
And it would also be something you can sue someone for. Obviously, they came over to your place and they caused all kinds of damage. You can sue them for that.
Absolutely. 100%. That's a fact.
So there are.
Shout out to the lawyer dog here, y'all, for providing this video. Steve Leto. Shout out to Steve Leto for providing this video and giving his take on this, y'all.
Are laws that were broken. So whoever did this, assuming that they honestly thought they had a job to do, and now they discovered they don't, that's probably why they have not reared their head yet and said, oh, by the way, that was me. I spoke to a guy on the phone who overpaid me $2,000. Now I'm out $2,000 and I tore up someone's driveway. But that's the crazy part, is that nobody got the name off of any of the vehicles that did this. I'm not sure how.
And that's what keeps bothering me the most. Listen, at the time of technology that we're in right now, and as many people as I know on my block that has camera, ain't no way you're going to be able to come up in here and just ride off into the sunset with no lawnmower, no driveway, no nothing. It's just not going to happen. Everyone has the Ring. Shout out the Ring right now. If you got a Ring camera, you know what it is.
How long it would take. I was looking at the driveway. It didn't look terribly long. I'm guessing
it's not, somewhere probably right around about 40 to 50 linear feet. But let me hear what you gonna say.
40, 50 feet maybe.
Good guess. That's a really good guess.
And so somebody who is working hard and fast with a bulldozer might be able to tear that up and get it taken out of there pretty quickly.
Well, I wouldn't say quickly, lawyer dog, but I mean, if you call 2 hours quick, you're right.
But that's the scary part. But it does sound like she's been taken care of. Like I said, there's a GoFundMe, but there's also a radio station that had a sponsor that does driveways that stepped up and said, we'll take care of her, because this is the kind of thing that shouldn't happen to anybody.
The sponsor that does driveways. I want to let me know what y'all think about that too, because I brought my tape measure out today because I had to measure some things and my hard hat because something ain't adding up. But all of a sudden, there's a contractor that came out of the blue, and he's a sponsor, and he has replaced the driveway. I want to know what y'all think. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
But this is something you need to be aware of, is that if you are ever advertising goods or services for sale, and someone you don't meet face to face offers to pay you for something, you've got to be careful. So I'm telling you right now, for a while, it was widespread that people were doing this to attorneys. And I actually had someone pitch me this last week. And what they do is they contact attorneys, and it's always a really, really ramshackle looking email. and it says things like, "Hi, do you do contract legal work in your area? Please respond if interested." And if you write back and says, "Yes, I do legal work in my area," why? They go, "Oh," and then they very quickly look up to see where you are. They go through the equivalent of a Yellow Pages. They find a business near you, and they go, "Oh, well, there's this business that owes us $100,000. We'll do this on a contingency. You can keep a third, and we'll send you the contracts."
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Y'all, listen, you got to be a little bit more vigilant out here nowadays. And I just want to, like I said, send a special shout out to the all the single ladies that are out there that are having to deal with this, that just don't have a man. Where is it they can just pick up the phone call and call to get the information that they need about things that are going on in their home. I'm going to provide a place for y'all to do that here soon as a licensed general contractor. Then guess what? You don't have to call. It's going to be one phone call. That's all. Here in a second, I'm going to provide that for you guys so that you can give me a call. You got anybody that's coming over that want to give you an estimate on anything in your home and you are unfamiliar with the cost or where the price should be, I'm going to give y'all an outlet to where if never again will you have to be scammed again. And I decided to do this, y'all, because one of my sisters, I told y'all before, I've got 6 sisters, and one of my sisters had someone to come to her home trying to sell her an alarm system. And just so happened I was in the area and I stopped by. After reading the contract, I'm not going to say the name of this alarm system, but if you want to know, then send me a comment. Okay. And then, or go to my Instagram, by the way, go to my Instagram. All right. I am James Airy on Instagram, and send me a DM and I'll let you know exactly who this alarm company was. But this alarm company, they were willing to install her a new alarm, 100%. This alarm company found wires that they said had been clipped and cut by possibly rats. That wasn't true. They also had a contract that stated that she would pay $60, $70 per month for the lifetime of her contract because of the equipment. And if you decided to ever get out of the contract, then you would owe them upwards of about $5,000. I just didn't see that as being right. And after I saw that, and after seeing this year after year after year, how women have been taken advantage of, I think it's time that every man or woman has someone in their back pocket for them to contact in order for them to get the pertinent information that they need in order for them to make a educated decision on anything construction wise. The live call-in show is coming up soon, y'all. Before we do that, let's take a look at some of the comments, y'all. Here we have Gary Flores 1044. He says, honestly, the fact that someone took the broken up driveway away has literally saved her thousands of dollars. 100%. They have saved her thousands of dollars, upwards about two or 3,000 for sure. I understand her loss and I feel her pain, but not sure why any contract would even take tons of broken concrete away. I've heard several stories, not sure what to believe at this point. Well, I'll tell you why. I can see them maybe taking it away because maybe they felt like they would have the opportunity to do the work if they did it. But it still don't justify them doing it without having permission from the homeowner to do so. Take a look at this. Diana Lord 5825 says she had to hear something or see something. This ain't like pocketbook on the sofa type robbery. You 100% correct. It just ain't happen like that. Nobody just, it ain't like you in the store and you drop $100 on the ground and somebody just pick it up and you don't know who got it. No, this is a driveway. We're talking about. Not only did you have to bring, let's take a look at this, y'all. Here's another angle from it. Not only did you have to bring the equipment, right? You also had to haul off the debris, the rocks that were left behind. And as you guys can see, that ain't like, that's more than enough. That'll fill up your pickup. Brody, your pickup truck, that ain't gonna hold it. You need a trailer, dump trailer, so that when you take it out or demo it, you can take it to the recycling plant. If y'all didn't know that, yes, they recycle concrete. Yep. Glass, just like glass and paper and all that. Yeah, they recycle concrete as well. You need a dump trailer in order to do this, y'all. You just don't back up with your pickup truck. No, that ain't gonna work. Here's another one, y'all. Matt Barra's million Lexus, I'm butchering it, but y'all know what I'm saying. Sounds like a contractor made a mistake. They split because they didn't want to take the heat. I can see that too. I can definitely see that. Here's another one. Bear Essence. Shout out to Bear Essence, y'all. The other answer is remove the driveway to devalue the house and prevent sales. Then a savior sweeps in and buys the property for a low ball figure when no one else would buy the house. Yeah, we discussed that earlier. 100%. But I want to hear what y'all got to say, y'all. Now is the time of the all-new, brand-new James Area Show, where you come up and not only you discuss things that are bothering you, but then we also talk about things that are bothering me. Now is the time for the all-new, brand-new James Area Show, where we open up the call lines for us to hear what's bothering you. Shout out to all my Eagles out there, everybody that's doing something productive to put them a little bit closer towards their hopes and their dreams. It is now showtime, y'all. Show, y'all. We're broadcasting live right here, right now from Dallas, Texas. And we want to send a special shout out to everybody that's out there that's doing something productive to put them a little bit closer towards their hopes and their dreams. It is now showtime, y'all. And shout out to the band, man. Show the band some love by leaving the number 8 in the chat section, y'all. It's now showtime, y'all. We want to thank y'all for tuning in for another segment of the all new, brand new James Ayers Show. And I want y'all to remember that today is her driveway, but tomorrow it just might be your driveway, your lawnmower, your vehicle. Y'all share this video. Share this video, y'all. Share this video. Share this video because today it's her. And tomorrow it just might be you. And remember, at the end of the day, they're just things. It's just a driveway. It's just your lawnmower. Yes, I know you spent your hard-earned money on it, and yes, you don't want nobody else to take it, but at the end of the day, it's just things. And as long as we wake up in the morning and we have the breath of life blowing in our body, then guess what? We have the energy. We have our limbs, our faculties for us to go, and we can get this, whatever's stolen, we can get it again. We can recoup those things. And so at the end of the day, it's a driveway. All right. It can be replaced. But what I can tell you, the strength of a single mother, now that's something right there that ain't nobody ever going to be able to steal. Man, shout out to everybody for tuning in for tonight's show. And if you guys haven't heard anything else that I said tonight, remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a good night.